Tori here. I'm gonna start the part 2 of it, and I'm super excited because I got so many more questions than I did last time, so this might be a lengthy one. I'm not sure. I also there were a lot of people that sent me, more information about themselves, and I really appreciate it. I loved reading it. I just want to make sure I don't, make this such a long video that you lose interest. So I guess we'll start with the first question, which was by Brent, Dyer. I hope I said that right. They ask, what do you do to feel closer to each other? Do you two have things you do to close the distance? I got a lot of questions along these lines. To make us feel closer, we watch movies together. Like, if I want to watch one movie, I will tell them about it, and we'll try and start it at the same time, so they're just like we're watching it together, and we'll look over at each other and ask if we're liking the movie and stuff. We also play video games together, not like the same video game because we like different consoles. I'm a PlayStation girl and he's an Xbox guy. I'll play a game, he'll play a game, and then we'll like play the game and tell each other how the game's going or something like that. I've read about other things that you can do to feel closer, like some people will make dinner and then the other person will eat the dinner that they made. Like one person will give the other person a recipe to make, and that person will make that recipe, and then they just sit on Skype and they eat it together, and it's like their little dinner date. I hope that answers your question. The second question comes from a girl who's been following us for a very long time. I know who you are. It's the girl with the loving heart. She asks, actually she tells her story, and I figure if I ask the question it won't make sense. She says, I was recently with a guy for a year who lived in Wales, myself in Canada, but we broke up a little over a couple months ago, and let's just say in all it wasn't a healthy relationship. I'm now seeing someone closer to me, but there's still a distance of a few provinces. Because of my previous relationship, I am very wary of believing things will work out. Is there anything you suggest would be a good way of letting the doubts go? Well, in any relationship, you shouldn't have any doubts. I mean, it's normal to have doubts. It gets us all the time in distance. We wonder if it's gonna work, if it's worth it. I'm so alone. How am I gonna deal with this? I'd say just give it your best and try not to think about all the doubts that you have right now, and just be happy and see how it goes, because you never know, and you don't want your doubts to eat away at you and ruin something great. You know what I mean? The third question is from Maggie Patrick. She asks, actually she tells me, I've never met my boyfriend. We met on Whisper, but he's 2 years older. We always Skype on the phone 24/7. We've been together we've been together 6 months now. That looked like lay to me. I don't know, I wrote it weird. There have been a lot of difficulties with him being able to come and visit me. I guess my question is, how do I let him know that I miss him and that I want him to try and hurry without sounding selfish and all that junk? Devin and I are kind of going through something like this now. Like, we've met one time, but I really, really want to see him again. Like, after being with him one time, I want to be with him more. And you just tell him, honestly, let him know and tell him that you will do anything you can to get him to come meet you. You won't sound selfish at all, because I'm pretty sure he wants to see you as well. Just try and work together to get to see each other, so that it's not like, one person's putting in all the work. Like, for example, when I was coming to visit Devin sent me $20 to go in my little jar of money that I had to see him, and he helped me in some way. So, you know what I mean? Just help each other out. The fourth question comes from Taylor Lee. She asks, what is your single most memorable moment with Devin? My single most memorable moment with Devin? I don't know, there are so many good memories together. I think I'd have to say when he'd wake me up in the morning. Like, I would be asleep in his bed and he would come in and like just lay there, and he wouldn't know that I was awake, in a way, like I was half asleep, but I knew he was there, and I like could feel him like playing with my hair and stuff, and I don't know, it's just really sweet to me. You also asked, when did you know he was the one worth fighting for? I kind of always knew. I knew that I wanted to be with him from the beginning. Like, when we first started talking, I knew that he was the one I wanted to be with. I didn't want to be with anyone else. And I didn't care if he was far away. I wanted to be with him more than anything in the world. I would do whatever it took, and we've had our rough patches, but we got through it, and we're stronger than ever. So he's always been worth fighting for. Another question we got comes from at our LDR. She asked, what do you do to keep the relationship alive even when you're far apart? And she gave me an example on like how I send him packages and stuff. I also write him letters, and I send him like pictures, like I get Polaroid looking pictures, I guess you could say, and I send them to him so that he has pictures of me to put on his wall. I always send him long text messages, at least sometimes, not lately. I'm sorry, babe. I'll try harder. But he usually sends me long text messages now because he's so busy and he goes to bed so late, and I'm usually in bed before him, which is a big change because it's usually I'm awake while he's asleep. But yeah, we send each other things and we watch movies together. We try and make it feel as much like a real relationship as we can by constantly FaceTiming and talking to each other. And sometimes it's not possible with some relationships, but we really try to make us feel less lonely as we can. At Chelsea Baran asks 2 questions. She said, what are some cute things you guys do? I don't know. I sometimes I think we're cute, and sometimes I think we're not cute, and people are like, you guys are cute. I don't know. The cute things he does for me, I'd have to say, is when he sends me goofy pictures of himself, like doing faces that I used to do, and when he sends me like inside joke text messages, or we do like an inside joke together. That's a cute thing, and people are usually looking at us like, yeah, you're so funny, when they don't get the joke, so they're not part of it. He also asked, how do you deal with the distance and not give up? Dealing with the distance is a question I get a lot. It just takes faith and trust and, you know, belief that it can work. Like, if you have a negative feeling about it from the beginning, you're going to have a negative feeling through it all. But if you have a positive, you know, an optimistic mind, it'll happen, and you'll be happy, and you can do anything. You can conquer the world if you wanted to. And, you know, you just always have to have an optimistic outlook on your relationship, and it helps to not give up because you think that it'll work, or you know that it'll work. Not you think, you need to know that it'll work for, you know, you to not feel like you need to give up. Relationships are always doable. Keep that in mind, even if you're not close to the person that you're with, or if you're right near each other. Relationships go through ups and downs, and if you stick through it and you keep fighting, then it'll work. Trust me. Alright, our last question comes from Bethany Sunshine. She asks, what's the cutest thing Devin's ever done for you? Off the top of my head, with what I mentioned earlier about him sending me $20, the cutest thing he'd have to have done for me was send me that cutie dollars, the $20, and on the back of it he put 20 reasons why I love you, and he put, you know, 20 reasons why he loved me, about like he likes my smile, and he likes my laugh, and he likes that we both like video games and stuff like that. Like, just cute little things. It was adorable. Yeah, maybe someday I'll read you one of his letters and stuff and embarrass the crap out of him because I love that. But yeah, that's pretty much one of the cutest things he's ever done for me. He's done a lot of cute things for me, but that's one of the cutest. Oh, and whenever he wrote me that card that said "Promise me forever," oh, I almost died. It was beautiful, I swear to God. And it was cute because it went along with the promise ring he gave me, so it was like, "Promise me forever," and it was just perfect. Oh gosh. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching and asking these questions. I hope that I answered a lot of your questions this time. I was really happy to get, you know, a lot of questions. I know I think questions a lot, but I was really happy and excited to make this video, and when I saw how many I got, I knew I just had to make one today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day and you have a wonderful time in your relationship, and I hope I answered all your questions and you have no more doubts and you're ready to jump in your relationship like a 5-year-old jumping in a pool for the first time. All excited and stuff.